Hi, I'm Rob.
And I'm Rob.
And this is Ask Rob and Rob.
Welcome to Ask Rob and Rob, where we are champing at the bit to answer more of your property questions. Dami and Luke have done the honours this week, and you can join them by asking a question of your own.
You certainly can. It's really easy to get involved. You can call us up and leave us a voicemail on 013 808 00035, or you can go via our lovely sparkling website, propertyhub.net/ask. Again, you can leave us a voice message there, super simple to do. And it is simple because we've done hundreds of these episodes now, and this week we've got two more great questions in. The first of which is from Dami.
Hey Rob and Rob, I just want to say a big thank you for the opportunity to ask a question firstly, and also for being so consistent and putting up content that really does help a lot of people, I would say. I'm Dami, I'm 20, I'm a student currently and I live in Aberdeen, funny enough. But I was wondering, I'm graduating this year currently and I live at home actually, and I was hoping to move out a year after I graduate because I have a training year which I work, and I want to use that year to save as much as I can. Right now I'm looking at between about 15 to 20k. I feel like if I'm disciplined with that, I can save that much. But I was just wondering, because I want to move out and I've never moved out before, if I should put that into a property, if I should put it down as a deposit, or if I should invest in something else. Because right now I'm trying to decide what to do with that much money if I save it. Initially it was a property, but I wasn't sure if it was the right step to do at 20, or if it's too early, or if I should wait it out a little, or if I should keep staying at home. It's just kind of what to do. And I was thinking to buy in Edinburgh as well, not in Aberdeen. But I would really appreciate your advice on it. Thank you.
Hey Dami, thank you for your questions. I hope you're doing well up there in Aberdeen. So there is no stock right or wrong answer here. It's what's right for you. And I can give you some guidance to how to think about this, but ultimately it's going to come down to you knowing yourself and knowing your circumstances. So of course, either option is absolutely fine. You can go and buy your own place and you can invest. If you invest, starting at such a young age is incredible, because the more you do earlier on in your investment career, the bigger the rewards potentially further on. And that's because you start to see a snowball effect. Because even if you just buy one property and nothing else for 5 years, by the time you're 25, you would like to think that property is worth more in value. And you can use that equity and potential rental profits you've accumulated over that time to buy your second. But then the second property will add to your income as well, and they'll both eventually go up in value again, which means that you can start to refinance and take more out for the third, and that one will come around a bit quicker and then repeats itself. The fourth will happen quicker again, fifth, and suddenly you're building a bigger, meaningful portfolio. So the earlier you start this process, the better. And I tell you, I wish I'd started at 20. I was in my mid-20s when I started. I wasn't as switched on as you are, but if I'd gotten in even earlier, then I'd be further on than I am today. No regrets, but that's the truth. That's the case. But that would come at the consequence of you not being able to move out. So this comes down to a lifestyle choice. How important is it that you move out? Is it critical, or is it just a mild inconvenience? Because if you can put up with another 2 years at home and it's not going to be terrible, then you can really set yourself up financially and put yourself in a great place for the future by just sticking it out another couple of years. The chances are that the amount you're able to save now while living at home and the disposable income that you possibly have by living at home won't be repeated for a good number of years. Because as soon as you move out, costs come in. It's more than just buying a property. It's more than just the mortgage payments. It's all the maintenance. It's all the refurb. It's everything else that goes with it. The furnishing of that property. It's not simply just the deposit down. So if you can delay that process by a couple of years or more, then you can put yourself in an incredible position. But we don't know what your environment's like at home. We don't know how that's going to impact your life. And if it is really important that you move and it is making you unhappy staying at home, then consider moving out. It's weighing up what's more important to you. But now you know the potential outcomes, you can make that decision.
Okay, let's have a listen to our next question today. This one's from Luke.
Hi Rob and Rob, Luke here from South Wales. First of all, just a big thank you for all the content. It's been invaluable for me and my wife. My question revolves around pets. I'm just about to complete on our second rental property, potential tenant's actually reached out to me. She currently lives next door to the property with her parents, but she states she's currently got 4 dogs and is about to acquire a 5th. Now, I don't traditionally allow pets, but she does seem like a potential tenant that you would want because she's already invested in the area and she stated she wants to stay. She even mentioned she's happier to pay higher levels of rent to account for the pets, etc. Just want to know what your thoughts are on it because I'm really on the fence. Thanks again, guys. All the best.
Luke, good question. The standard advice when it comes to letting to tenants who have a pet is to find out what type of pet it is and what breed of dog and try and work out from there how much damage they're likely to cause. In this case, with 5 dogs, I think it's fair to say there's probably going to be a fair bit of wear and tear, whatever breed they are. Another bit of advice that you often see is to go and meet the tenant in their current home if you can. And I think that could work out really well for you here. Because yes, with 5 dogs, there is going to be a fair bit of chaos. But what does their current home look like? Is it controlled chaos? Can you clearly see that the carpet's been destroyed and the furniture's all been torn apart? You'll get a lot of information from doing that. So it's something you might want to consider. Ultimately, though, it comes down to financial and practical concerns for you. So financially, will the tenant be willing to pay enough extra rent to cover what you think is the likely cost of the sort of damage that you might get by the end of the tenancy? Because these days you can't charge a higher deposit. The maximum deposit is 5 weeks rent, whether there's pets involved or not. So typically people would just take a larger deposit. You can't do that, so you'd have to charge more rent. Will what you charge be enough to cover the likely damage? And are you up for the hassle of putting that damage right at the end of the tenancy, even if you've already been paid for it through the rent? This is only your second property, so maybe you'll still be feeling kind of emotionally attached to it rather than seeing it as a pure investment. Or maybe you don't feel that way at all. You've got tradesmen on standby, and so it wouldn't be an issue for you. That's going to be your choice, and you need to weigh that up against the fact that tenants with pets can be brilliant because they have fewer options, so they tend to stay for longer. So if you do give this tenant a chance, she'll probably be very grateful for that chance, and it's likely, although you can't be sure, that you won't have a void for a reasonably long time, and that can factor into your financial decision as well.
So that's us done for another week. Thank you, Dami, thank you, Luke, and thank you for listening. Hopefully you've learnt a bit more and topped up your knowledge. If you want to top it up even more, well, make sure you join us for the podcast, the main event, on Thursday. And if that's not enough, you've got the YouTube channel to give you plenty of content as well. Find us by searching for Property Hub UK. Plenty to keep you busy with. We'll be back on Thursday. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.